Monday, my YouTube friends and family. This is Lindsay, and I am back with more daily work from home job leads for you. Today, we have 3 different data entry jobs to share. I know people are looking for that non-phone data entry work. I have a few other ones to share too, as far as like verifying information, things like that. Pay goes anywhere from around $21 an hour up to $37 an hour. As always, links, timestamps, all additional information you may need is always found in the YouTube description box below this video. I do just ask that if you enjoy anything that I share, let me know by giving this video a thumbs up like button. Now, first up, we have Block Hiring. Block is the parent company that owns smaller companies like Cash App and Square. Square being that little card reader that you can like connect to phones and stuff, like food trucks and all, I think use them to accept cards and payments. Small businesses use them. Block is specifically hiring for their Square division. They have 1,800 reviews from past and current employees with an overall rating of 3.8 out of 5 stars. They are looking for a risk quality assurance specialist. Now, this is remote for the United States. And again, they're looking for a quality assurance specialist to join their Square Financial Services. They're really looking for somebody to test transaction against operational procedures and regulatory policies and provide feedback. So you're reviewing and testing all the elements of the operation functions, making sure that they align with internal practices, analyzing those test results, trying to identify any trends or issues related to operating and operating effectiveness. So you're kind of responding to the quality assurance escalations and inquiries and contributing to that continuous improvement of core processes for Square. Now, no college degree is needed for this, just 2 years experience in some kind of quality control or quality assurance position. Somebody who has a knowledge of how banking regulations or the risk industry kind of works. So you've got to have great communication skills because you'll have to communicate your findings up to the operations team. But they're looking for somebody who's very analytical. You can look at data, you can analyze data, you can identify those trends, probably work with like data systems like Excel, spreadsheets, things like that. Be familiar with regulatory guidelines. But if that is you, pay is pretty good on this one. Now, the United States is broken down into zones, and they do have a resource link that tells you what zone your state is in. But pay goes anywhere from $25 an hour up to $50 an hour, depending on where you live. Next up, we have the company Henry Schein hiring. They have 1,900 reviews from past and current employees, a decent employee satisfaction rating coming in at 3.9 out of 5 stars, so almost 4 out of 5. They are looking for a verification representative. This is remote work from home for the United States. And this position is basically going to be responsible for verifying proper federal and state licensing documentation for those customers that's ordering prescription products. Now, we know whether it's eyeglasses or medications or things like that, you have to have in the United States a prescription from a licensed doctor on file, and that has to be basically verified before you can order things online and ship them out. Now, please note, even though they're hiring throughout the United States, they are looking for somebody to specifically work 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if you're outside of that time zone, convert your hours. But you're basically verifying the licensing documentation before those customer orders are released for those prescription products. This might require some phone work. You're going to have to contact those customers through email and phone to verify additional information if it's needed, if it's missing. You're reviewing and activating new customer accounts, reviewing for potential fraudulent orders, and of course, you're documenting and updating that information into the system. You will, from time to time, interact with the sales teams as well, getting these customer orders verified and approved for those prescription products so they can be released and sent out. No college degree is needed, just kind of like a high school diploma or GED, and typically 1 or more years of related experience. So they're looking for somebody who's experienced kind of working in an office, administrative. You have good like communication skills, good telephone skills. You can navigate around and work on a computer systems. So you have great attention to detail and good judgment skills. Now, pay for this one ranges anywhere from $33,815 a year, which I believe is about $15 an hour, and goes up to $52,836 a year, which would be around that $25 an hour mark. Now, getting into the data entry positions, first off, we have Wolborg Michelson recruiting hiring. They have 63 reviews on Glassdoor with an overall employee satisfaction rating of 3.5 out of 5 stars. And they are looking for a data entry specialist. Now, they are specifically looking for someone to help work with their network management team, overseeing the contracting from various provider types and lines of business. So you are going to be evaluating the contract contents from multiple external sources and documenting and entering those contract details accurately into the system, into a tracking log, loading those contracts into their management system so that the established procedures can be followed. So you're going to kind of collaborate with your teammates and subject matter experts, making sure that that data that is entered for those contracts is accurate. Now, please note, this is a contract 1099 position. It is fully remote for the United States, but it's right now slated to be 6 months long. It does have the potential to extend longer to that, but this one will not be converting to a permanent position. So just know that going in. But this is great, one, to get some money coming in the door while you're looking for that full-time remote job, and two, to have something else to put on your resume, kind of building up that resume so you qualify for other jobs. This one does pay $21.12 an hour and does not require any kind of college degree. They're just looking for somebody who's proficient working with computer systems, specifically those Microsoft Office systems. You're familiar with like SharePoint, share drives, things like that. You're very data analytical. You can work with Excel. And they do want somebody who can kind of analyze, have that great attention to detail, the complex contract details that you're looking at in those documents. We have Cella hiring. They have 234 reviews from past and current employees. That overall employee satisfaction rating of 4.0 out of 5 stars. They are looking for a remote marketing data entry specialist. Now, again, this is another contract position, but pay is anywhere from $32 an hour up to $37 an hour. They're looking for somebody who's very detail-oriented to help their marketing automation team. You're really going to be responsible for processing the manual lead data and do data entry tasks. So you're performing these data entry tasks on those manual lead processing tasks within their current system. You'll support the data transfers, syncing operations across multiple marketing platforms, just assisting in maintaining that data consistency and making sure that it's error-free so that those marketing campaigns go off with the correct data. So you're going to help troubleshoot and sync any tech issues with the data and the CRM systems. Now, no college degree is needed for this, just 2 to 4 years experience in data processing, data entry, or basic analytics. They do want somebody who's familiar with marketing or CRM platforms such as like HubSpot, Salesforce, Oracle, strong attention to detail, and somebody who has experience kind of working with quality assurance processes. But again, no college degree is needed. And we have Anytime Fitness hiring. Now, Anytime Fitness has 2,200 reviews, an overall rating of 3.5 out of 5 stars. They are looking for a remote data entry clerk. Now, this is specifically the Anytime Fitness location out of Flint, Texas that is hiring, but it does say it's remote. They don't state that they have any job location restrictions in the job posting. The posting is actually very short, sweet, and to the point. So just know I don't work for any of these companies. I simply share what I find online. But they are looking for somebody to basically enter and maintain data from various sources for their fitness platform or fitness facility. So you're entering data from source documents into their computer system, compiling, verifying, sorting all the information according to your priorities. So, of course, you're just reviewing this data for any errors, correcting those errors as needed, and researching and obtaining any missing information for those incomplete documents. Only requires a high school diploma and somebody who has proven data entry experience. You can type at a decent speed, accuracy, have great attention to detail, be very organized, and again, work with those like Microsoft Office computer systems. Now, they are paying $25 an hour for this role, and it does say that it has opportunities for growth as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day, and I'll be back really soon with more work from home job leads just for you.